ਗਿਆ ਬਿਨਾ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਤੋਂ ਫਿਰਦਾ ਨੀ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਦੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬੜਿਆਂ ਦਿਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਚਿਰਦਾ ਨੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਗੇੜੇ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਾਲੀ ਐਕਟਿਵਾ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਖੜ ਗਿਆ ਹੈਂਡਲ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਮੈਂ ਪੱਟੂਆਂ ਕਰਵਾਉਂਦਾ ਅੜ ਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕੁੜਤੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲਟਕਣ ਪੱਟ ਗਏ ਦੂਜਾ ਲੱਟ ਦਾ ਕੋਬਰਾ ਗਿਰਦਾ ਨੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ
Hello friends, today we will be walking through old classical MS-DOS running under a virtual machine. We will see how it is possible to run the old classical programs. For example, if you have worked long ago before Windows on MS-DOS or PC-DOS or whatever DOS, which means even CPM, it is possible to run those programs through virtual machines, right? So I will walk you through VirtualBox today. There are a couple of virtualization programs that can help us running, for example, classical virtual PC from Microsoft could also be used. But today we will be using VirtualBox. VirtualBox was originally developed by Sun Microsystem. I will be running it under one of my virtualization software server. But let us get started. How it works, right? So this is my server, one of server that I use for VirtualBox virtualization stuff also is run on that server. So let us create one virtual machine for MS-DOS. So I will go for new virtual machine, and this is version 7 of VirtualBox, which is under Oracle these days. Sun Microsystem was purchased by Oracle, and it is under Oracle now, right? So we will create one machine, any virtual machine with the default settings, because at this moment we are just going through the procedure how we do it, right? So I will name it MS-DOS, and I will look for the suggestions on the side, the recommendations. So see, it will VirtualBox will try to bring the closest possible settings that are required for running this operating system. MS-DOS I will be running 6.22, I believe, right? So it depends upon if you have I have successfully done this one on version 3.2, 3.3, 4, 4, 5, 6, and 7.1. So yeah, well, you can try it if your operating system that you have version of MS-DOS or PC-DOS. It should be working fine. I don't have any doubt about it, but still you cannot guarantee it, because it's not real hardware. It's like a emulation of for example, if Oracle or Sun Microsystem has provided some of basic input outputs, which are very close to the real hardware, then well, it should not have any problem. So I will be creating in with the default settings whatever I get. One CPU with 32 MB memories, because we are not going to run memory intensive stuff right now. We will just load the MS-DOS and try to load basic GW basic or basica, whatever you have available, right? And then we will run one small program. I mean, if there is the memory intensive stuff, then we can fine tune these parameters, right? For now, let us go with this and whatever we have. It's giving 500 MB. I don't even need 100 MB, and I hope we can skip the hard disk because I will skip this for now because hard disk is not required. I will be using only floppy disk to run the operating system. So let us go ahead with this one. Whatever we are having here, continue. Without a hard disk, yes, without a hard disk is no problem. So on the system, I will make sure that a floppy is booting. That's good. And I will go to display rather than 100%. Like I will make the scaling factor of the screen like 200%. It will be easier to see. I will attach my boot up floppy, which is my name. I had prepared a long time ago. I think this is a custom floppy, right, that I had prepared. And then again, I can attach one more floppy, which I have GW basic and other programs I will add. So I will add, right? So not create. So I have disk 2 has my program, and like I'm just using this one. So it should not be a big deal, but let us start it and see how it goes, right? Those two floppies that I attached, these were created around somewhere. Actually, the program that I am using that was created in 1991, I believe, right? But the custom floppy that I prepared, that was created around 2009. See, MS-DOS has been booted up already. So, well, this is the disk that I use to boot all my DOS programs, and some of them, they were really like very complicated stuff, right? We used to run a computer search center as a computer training institute, and within that one we used to use MS-DOS based programs, including Basica was PC-DOS, and also a couple of students might be using GW Basic as well, right? But there was very interesting, very I mean, I would say that very interesting, very I would say that I liked it very much, right? Anyway, so let us go to see what we have in our disk. Bootable disk is just as normal. You can see, we can say U2C dir wide, right? So IOSys, MS-DOS, so CT mouse and all those programs are here. So, but in this one we don't have. I had developed my within our within our institute, people had developed what GTCOM was a memory resident program, right? And then JBXZ and Ghost was from Norton, and menu, CD menu. Okay, well, I can show you a little bit. CD MENU, right? CD menu was developed by one of our student, right? To automate a couple of tasks, right? We could run Ghost, we could run HDisk, we could run DCF or whatever, right? They are all good. I mean, they still run very good, right? So let us check because we don't have hard disk. So this is a bootable, I mean, partition hard disk bootable boot up setup program, right? So whatever. So let us go to B drive and run. I will show you how we run basic most of the times. So we have a backup GW basic, we have linker, and then we have a restore program, we have backup xcopy, and we have notice bash. Oh yeah, there is notice bash, one basic program. I can show you, right? GW basic is oh, see this. So I mean typical classical window, I would like to, I would like to see this one. I'd like to do some work for my entertainment, right? Kind of thing. But we used to develop couple of bookkeepings, programs, very long, and then we used to tune up some memory, right, with this one. So it is very good. And you know what, we could run some programs like this. Basically, I would put when I was running computer training center, I used to put notices from AutoExe batch, right? And but from here we can do notice, NOTIC, notice, right? So see, see, this was maybe some batch started when we started a batch, and the batch ID and date of startup, and this notice for letting people know that, the students know that they should pick up their entry card for this course, right? So from the office. Anyway, so this was a very simple tour through the program that we used to use in our Windows pre-Windows environment. We used to run many different languages, right? And then that was the way when we used to do deep dive into programming PRG files, and then basic BAS files, COBOL, and all those things, right? So from Windows, from basic, we use system command to come out to the operating system. So CD, when we go to A drive, we booted it from A drive, right? And see, we can type config.sys. See, many of them, they are not in use, but this is an old floppy disk, right? These days we don't use this one, but it can be used within virtualization environment wherever we have some kind of old program. But now we have a lot of other teams developing in Windows before, and then now on cloud as well, right? So we don't need it anymore, right? So this was a brief walkthrough our environment where we can run our MS-DOS program if required, right? I would try not to run gaming on this one, because then all the games have been ported already to Windows, which has better graphics. But even DOS games were developed when these were developed in 81, 82, 85, 87, like these 1987, 1986, these were like a golden period of DOS gaming, MS-DOS, PC-DOS gaming, right? And there were other DOS versions also. So you can create it this way, and for as we know, for MS-DOS, you just shut it down, right? Just power off the machine, right? Nothing else, because it's single use mode operating system, so we don't need to. So this one is like whatever is there, like I don't care about whatever the parameters were. Like you could create any of them, but make sure that you have a floppy drive, and you are able to set up boot up from floppy, right? Most likely you would be, because see, in a VirtualBox we have this one, and I don't care about any other things, because many of other parameters, they are more relevant towards multi-user environment and Windows and this and that. But for running a MS-DOS program, throw anything on this VirtualBox or VMware, or you can use Hyper-V. I have tested Hyper-V and VirtualBox myself, but VMware we will do sometimes when we have some free time. Thank you very much for your time, and please send us comments and remarks if you need to know more about if you want to dig more deeper into something, then we will be able to help you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye now. Hello friends, today we are going to install Docker. we will be installing Docker on Windows first, and then we will test the Docker if that is running fine. And in the next video, there will be installation on Linux as well. But for now, today, let us get started for Windows installation. So I have my machine available here. I'm going to start Windows version of Windows 2012 operating system, which is a server distribution of Microsoft Windows Server 22. So let us get started, and I'm just waiting for, yes, the machine came up already. So I'm going to connect to the server, which is Docker. I named the machine as a Docker, and I'm going to install the things on it, and we will see what we need to do. I will build up a list for your facility. What we need to do is installing on let me try to do it on this server. We have notepad only yet, but later on if we need anything else, we will be installing going forward. But for now, it is good enough. So what we need to do, first thing is that we will check server state, what it has. Maybe it has a Hyper-V, it needs Hyper-V, and then it needs containers, and then it needs virtual platform. No, actually WSL 2 or 1, even 1 will also work. But for now, let us check the state of the server. Server state means that I will go for a configuration, and we will go through. If it is not available, then we will add the features. If this is already there, then we will proceed from there, right? So you are looking at what we call is server manager, and from here I am going to go to the server selection, and then server roles, and if the Hyper-V is there, then it's good. If not, then we will need to select that, because Hyper-V is required, containers is required, and let me see, Hyper-V. Okay, let me select it. Hyper-V, I am adding Hyper-V. In next features section, I need to add containers for the Docker to run. Next, actually in the features section also, I need to install Windows subsystem for Linux, right? So I would go ahead, and now, because virtual machines we selected, we need to tell it which adapter is going to be used for networking, right? So yes, I am selecting the only one that I have. If you have multiple, then you can make your choices. Then allow this server. Well, this is not required. Next one is like, I don't know why it's showing nothing there, but if it's nothing there, then I will put the same address. So what it is asking for the hard drive files and virtual machine config files. For example, we are creating virtual machines configurations files also on this server. Let me explain you this thing, right? Because it should not be confused. When I'm saying we need to install Hyper-V, what it means is that a Hyper-V feature of the server is available. So what does Hyper-V do? Hyper-V is used to create virtual machines. What happens under the hood, that Docker will create Hyper-V virtual machines, and those machines are used as containers, right? Then Hyper-V, what it needs one hard drive file, hard disk, right? So where it will store, this is the configuration I have given, right? And then where the configuration files means, which is machine configuration files. For example, if you can create a machine, then where it shall create that machine. So yeah, okay, so these configurations are good enough, and I am telling to restart it. You know what, whenever it is required, restart, don't waste time. So what will happen, that it will restart the server without telling me. Now let me explain you one thing. I forgot one thing to mention. Turn on nested virtualization on. So, well, the first part, that turn virtualization on, let me put it like this. So first of all, on, if installing on a VM. So I am installing on a VM. So this is already done, but I will put that command in the description for you people to use. So there is a command that runs in you can do it from anywhere, but my point is that that command runs in PowerShell scripting, and that will take the name of this this virtual machine. So name of this virtual machine is Docker, Docker. So that command I will put it here for you people, and I have used that already, but let us complete this one. And now it is restarting. So if it is restarting, that means my notepad file has gone. It's okay. So so I am watching, and the machine is not back yet. So after changing, it takes a little while to come back. So yeah, it is back now. So I will connect through through my what we call is RDP, and if this comes back, and it will tell us that those features are already installed. So this was the first step. What I was explaining, that in my so notepad, and I had a few things here to mention. Zero turn well, let me I don't know, let me add, sorry, increase the size, font size. Oh, it is mouse is not showing. This happens sometimes, not all the time. So yeah, okay, so I will connect back again. Docker, it should be okay. I don't know why. Okay, format, I will increase the font for your facility. 16. Turn on, so I would say step 1 is turn on nested virtualization on the VM. This is outside the VM. This is on your Hyper-V server, where you are hosting this one on the VM. So that command will be given to you. The second thing is that we need to enable following 3 features on in server 2012. I think the 22, right? So enable following 3 features on. So yeah, okay, so this is one, and then those features are: number 1, Hyper-V. Number 2 is containers, and number 3 is Windows subsystem for Linux, which is called WSL2. Actually, yeah, 1 will also work. So number 3. So we have done this one up to this one, and I will provide you the commands that are required to be run on PowerShell or wherever, right? So accordingly, But the third step will be that what I'm doing right now is I'm opening a, okay, well, so for this one, I'm opening a PowerShell in escalated privilege, right? Run as administrator. So PowerShell is now open. What I will do, let me increase the font size also. So font going to be 20. Yes, that's fine. 20 should be fine. So what I'm going to do is from here, I would say WSL, what we call version, RSP1 version. Oh no, version V or what? I forgot the command. Okay, so version WSL will be V. No. Okay, so WSL status. Okay, I will check status, right? Status. So WSL default version 2. So it is already WSL2 installed. Automatic. Though there are two things. One thing is default version 2 is set, which is good. If not, then you can set it up on, right? But this is more important. WSL updates are on. If this is not on, even though we don't have the installed, see, this line tells us that we don't have, so we will have to run WSL2 updates, right? So maybe it seems that I might have run on this machine. I might have run this one before, but that's why it is showing 2. Otherwise, it will show 1 on your one. If you have just installed, it will show 1. Even that is good, no problem. But once you do this one, this step means this step and this step you have done, and you came back. Then now what you need to do? You need to install the update for WSL2. I have on the download WSL update X6. I will put the link in the description, right? So we need to install this one. Once we install this one, it will take just a quick second, right? Done. After that, you will, what your step that you need to do is WSL update, right? This step is required. If you are not doing this one, see, it is downloading something and it's installing something, right? So to get ready for working properly, you need to install this step before you go to install the Docker on the machine, right? So this is the one thing that is more important. Now, another thing, while this is going on, I will show you what I was saying about this part. This part means when I said WSL updates, automatic separate updates are on. Note that. Ensure W updates are on. So this step, oh sorry, I did not get that one. Okay, like that. So WSL on. So how to do that? Number 4, run WSL2 update file, which is I will say this one .exe, and there will be link given to you for this one .exe to download, way to download, right? So when this one is done, see, it's already done. Windows subsystem for Linux has been installed. Now when we run this one update, after running this one, we run update. That is more important. If you run this one and don't run the update on the command line, it will not work, right? So this one is the one that we have completed the 4 steps. So this one I haven't done. Let me show you where to find this one. So you go to settings, and from the settings you go to security and update and security. Now, first of all, more important thing is that check for updates should be already up to date. If it's not, just click it, and meanwhile you are doing other things, it will complete, right? Second thing, here, the first one, receive updates for Microsoft products when you update Windows. Whenever you update Windows, receive updates for other Microsoft updates, right? Other means the standard components are being updated, but additional components, there are some additional components. For example, WSL Windows subsystem for Linux is an additional stuff, right? It's not the main stuff, right? It's not Windows, it is a plugin kind of thing, right? So this is what it belongs to. So this one has to be on. If this one is on, then we are good here. This will show like this. If this you turn this off, this will show like off, right? So these 4 steps are done. Now you are very close to installation of the Windows. Now fifth one is the command that we use for install Docker desktop, right? I have notes, sometime it takes time, but that is what it is, and I'm going to tell you. So now the name of this file, I have renamed it myself. The last part is not there, okay? It's not there when you download from the official website. It's not there, but why it is there? 4.13.1. Why it is there? I will explain you. But from here, this is the one that you are going to install, right? But on version, this is some kind of glitch that Microsoft has not fixed yet. Well, they have fixed now already, but they have not incorporated into the downloads for a trial, right? They have incorporated into actual their actual versions for enterprise. That is good already, but for the evaluation downloads, because this evaluation download is coming from year 22 or 21, whatever, right? Long ago, right? But that is what I'm seeing. So we went back to the I myself, I had the research that when you install later than 4.13 means 4.14 or whatever, then it doesn't work, because there was a glitch and they had fixed it already. But now what I did is I have identified the downloads like this, so that I don't make mistake and waste your time. So now, because everything else is ready, so here this one should be update options should be on for the additional products, right? And if you go to back, check for updates, and it should say you are up to date. These things are more important, right? Now let us start the Docker installer, right? So what I'm doing, I am installing as an administrator. To be honest, I never tried installing without that one, because my understanding is that it is doing a lot of things that are that might require the escalated privileges, right? So that's why I'm doing that way. But you can try. I mean, if you can try, you can try. So it may work for you, no problem. Now 2 things will appear here. One is use WSL2 instead of Hyper-V, which is recommended, and add a shortcut. So first one, you don't uncheck it, please. But I don't know, I never tried that one. But if you use the WSL2, this is what I am demonstrating right now. But you can avoid this one if you want. I don't know, I don't want to, but you can do that. Installation will take some time, and for the time until it's installed, I will be with you back once it is done, right? So stay with me. I am coming back at the installation. Thank you. It is still installing. I will be back with you soon. So friends, Docker has been installed successfully. So what we will do, we will just close it, and we will try to start it. Now in version 4.13.0, I think 4.11.1, the previous version, I don't see 12, I believe it is 11. It was 11. It will tell us to log out, but in this one it's not telling us. So I will try just now to see if it just starts up here, or it still requires the restart from the Windows. If there is any error, then I will just give it a restart, right? But my assumption was that it will ask me for a restart, but it didn't ask for that one. So here, this is a service agreement, subscription kind of agreement, and we have to accept it. So yeah, okay. So let us see. It is showing it starting up, but there had been the issues with this evaluation version. we will do something with the previous versions next time if that is more reliable, because at the level of operating system, Docker doesn't have to be on Windows or doesn't have to be on anything else, because Docker's behavior will be exactly same on various platforms, right? So if this one is starting up, and then if this bar here, engine starting, this becomes green, that means it started up, right? And also more than that, the screen will change and it will tell you that everything went well, right? But there had been an issue, as I am mentioning because if you get to any hurdle or any issue like that, then just go back and read the documentation that I am showing here. Let me save this file first. If it's restarting, it will so save as, I will save as steps, Docker install steps, Docker Windows install steps. So we will save it, but let it come back. I don't know, like it's using too much, too many. Okay, so what we call Docker install on Windows steps. So I will .txt is there already, right? So save it, and let us see if that is starting. It's still starting. Looks like it's taking more time. Now it can also be possible that this is first time. Oh yeah, good news, good news. This is what I wanted to see. Okay, so if you go to the skip tutorial, and if you see this screen, this bar is engine status bar, which is good. RAM is that much using 1.75 GB, and CPU 38%, but that's fine. But you know what, like from here on this screen, if you got this screen, you are lucky. So I would say let us try to test it. We need to test it because testing is not very complicated. They have provided testing stuff already. So 5 and 6 you need to test by opening terminal, run 2 commands below. Run two what we call commands, or run test two things below. Number 1, I would say Docker login. If you have login account, then you can test it. If you don't have, you cannot. But I hope that you should have Docker account, Docker what we call repository account, right? So I have it, so I will show you. Then second, Docker login. If you confirm this one, and then you can rest assured that you are good for your next practice. This is just installation practice. Hello world or LD, hello world, yes, hello world app, right? But this app is not actually app, is just like a testing thing. So let me save this file, and now we know what to do, right? We are going to the command line. As you know, this is same thing, and we will say first of all Docker status, right? status status. No, term Docker is not recognized. Okay, well, let me close it, open it again, and I don't think you need to go for administrator, but I am doing that. So Docker, what we need to do? Images, images, images. Do we have any images? It should be null, right? Now I would say Docker, Docker images online. I don't know, I don't remember the command. Online, no. So there's nothing. So actually what I will do is I will Docker login, right? And login. Okay, so this is my login, and there is my password also. it should tell you that you succeeded the login. Login succeeded, right? Good. So Docker is running fine, right? But let me see if I can get you the other command that we were using for running online hello world. So I'm getting that one, bear with me. So the command is for run online hello world. So how do we do that? That docker run hello world. Simple command. They kept it that simple, that because you are initially testing it. So which is, I would say, and then this command is like this, docker login. I suggest login in every session, right? So this will be good. If we do this one completely, there is no problem. Now what will happen, I'm telling you, because docker run hello world, what we're telling Docker to run a hello world application, which is container, that is kind of image, right? Now what will happen, that Docker will check in the local folder or local repository. It will not find it because we have just installed, right? And then it will download from the, because they have built in something already inside, and it will pull from the Docker. So now the confirmation is hello from Docker. This is confirmation, and it tells us also that it worked correctly, right? So that is all about, guys. Then we will meet you in the next one. Please let us know what is your choices, what are your choices, what do you want to learn. Sometime what happens is we are going on the lines, everybody on the YouTube is putting same videos, and then you get irritated, you get frustrated that, oh well, you know why everybody is saying same thing. If you don't give us the feedback, we don't know what you need. There are many examples, there are many tutorials, there are many things available from Docker people, and there are many available from Jenkins people. But if you don't tell us what you face with, then we cannot give you. But we have some experts that are working in the field. We will follow that path so that you get some kind of practical experience. Stay with us. Thank you very much for your time, and let us know what we can do for you. Thank you very much. Bye now.
ਸਵੇਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਠਿਆ ਤੇ ਨਹਾਉਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ,
ਅੱਛਾ
ਇਸਤਰੀ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗਾ ਤੇ ਬੱਤੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ,
ਅੱਛਾ
ਚਾਹ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਤੇ ਗੈਸ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ।
ਅੱਛਾ
ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਚਲੋ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਬੌਸ ਹਲ,
ਹਾਂ।
ਉੱਥੋਂ ਨਾਸ਼ਤਾ ਕਰਨਾ,
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ।
ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਸਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਲ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਮੰਗਿਆ, ਅੱਗੇ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਰੋਕ ਲਿਆ, ਭਲਾ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਹੈਲਮਟ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ।
ਉਹ ਲੈ
ਉੱਥੇ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਈਡੀ ਕਾਰਡ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ।
ਚਲੋ
ਉਹ ਮੋਟਰਸਾਈਕਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ। ਘਰ ਗਿਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਲਓ ਜੀ ਬੌਸ ਵੀ ਨਿਕਲੇ ਨੇ। ਮੈਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਫੋਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਥਾਣੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ।
ਹੈ
ਥਾਣੇ ਕਾਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ?
أنا أروح في مركز الشرطة سوي شكوى
ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਥਾਣੇ ਗਿਆ ਸ਼ਿਕਾਇਤ ਦਰਜ ਕਰਾਉਣ।
عشان شو؟ ما في موجود؟
ਲੈ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ।
ਖਾਣੇ ਕੇ ਬਾਹਰ